Hi and happy holidays. I'm Dr. Scott Stoll, co-founder of the Plantrician Project. And I just wanted to take a couple of minutes at this holiday season to just share part of my story and maybe some encouragement and inspiration with you all as we look forward into 2022. You know, my journey started almost 20 years ago, 2002, 2003, in an unexpected way. You see, I'd been trained in medicine just like you all. And interestingly, you know, the research shows that when medical school students enter medical school, about 80% of them recognize that nutrition and lifestyle are important. By the time they get to the end of their second year, that number is 0. Medicine is essentially training out of all of us the recognition in those most basic elements of health, nutrition, and lifestyle. So I was trained just like every other healthcare professional student. I was trained and went in with the passion of helping people and came out with an amazing education that taught me how to manage disease, do procedures, interpret studies, and take care of patients. And that's what I started to do in early 2000. And I noticed a trend as I was taking care of my patients. My patients continued to tell me things like, "Hey, Dr. Stoll, can you help me? I'm falling apart." I'd go to a family get-together and my family and friends would say, "Boy, I am falling apart. I had to have a knee surgery or just had a bypass surgery. My body is falling apart." And over again, I kept hearing this same phrase, "I'm falling apart." I thought it was the inevitable consequence of aging. I thought this is just what happens as we get older, and that's why I've been trained as a physician to help duct tape and hold people together, maximizing their lifespan and their quality of life. And I thought I was doing a really good job. Until one day I was in my practice and a woman was sitting on the exam table across from me. And I was looking at her past medical history list. She was there for low back pain and knee arthritis. And with a laugh, she said, "Dr. Stoll, can't you help me? I'm falling apart." And in that moment, I just paused and a question came to my mind that I asked her in the moment. This is the power of questions to bring clarity to situations. I just simply asked my patient, "What does falling apart actually mean to you?" And I was anticipating perhaps it was something on her past medical history list. It was a complication of a surgery, complication from one of her disease processes or treatments. But she really stopped me. She changed the atmosphere in the room when she started with this. She said, "Dr. Stoll, my marriage is falling apart because my husband is tired of taking care of my diseases and managing my illness." Then there was a long pause and she said, "And we're facing financial bankruptcy because of the cost of my health care. And I haven't been able to travel to see my grandchildren in 3 years because I can't get on an airplane and fly to Washington to see them. I haven't been able to attend church or social activities in years because my back hurts too much. And I'm depressed and I don't have any friends." And then with tears running down her cheeks, she looked at me and said, "Dr. Stoll, can you help me?" Well, in that long pause that followed, I thought through all of the studies that I had done in medical school, the reams of pharmacology that I memorized, pathophysiology, the procedures that I was taught in residency, and I recognized in that moment I could help her temporarily with some of her conditions, but I was really vulnerable in understanding I wasn't able to actually help restore the quality of her life, those things most valuable to her. I can manage pain, I can manage disease process, I can prescribe medications and bring blood pressure down, change hemoglobin A1C, but could I actually help her restore her quality of life? And in that moment, I felt incredibly vulnerable. And so I said something encouraging like, "I'll do my best." But as I walked out of that room that day, early 2003, I asked myself a question. I said, "Scott, what are you going to do to help the next person put their life back together again? And is it even possible?" I didn't know where some of these diseases actually came from. What is the origin? What's the root? You know, the word radical means root. What's the radical source of these diseases? And could I reverse them? And so it sent me on a personal learning journey because I was motivated out of compassion for my patients. You know, I think like so many of us when we entered medical school, you know, the reason that we gave for wanting to matriculate into medical school was that we cared about people and we wanted to help them. And so that's always been my driving force in medicine. I love the science. I love to read research. I love the molecular biology of health and disease. But I'm really passionate about improving the quality of the life that's sitting across from me every single day and hearing how their lives improved, their relationships, their travels, their fulfillment of dreams, the impact that they have on the world around them. That's what I'm most passionate about. And that was the driver for me at the beginning of this journey, to dive into the research and try to understand that simple question: can I actually help somebody put their life back together again? And so I dove into the studies. I read all the diet books. I thought certainly one of these smart physicians that's written a diet book would have the answer. And I never discovered a solution for reversing disease. Lots of answers and a variety, an incredible variety of different approaches to weight loss. But nobody was addressing the root cause of disease. So then I started going back into the research, and I discovered more plants, healthier lifestyle, body begins to recover. The natural state of the body is actually health. We earn disease by our lifestyle choices, but when we make different choices, we support our body in its ability with resiliency to recover, repair, regenerate, renew, and heal itself. And so I took these principles, we applied them in our own family. We have 6 children, and we saw the health of our own children. We had 2 back then, but our children's health magnified and improved, and so much so that our children have never been on antibiotics, never had ear infections, been healthy and strong, and now into their 20s. So we knew that this worked because we tried it in our own family. I then began applying this in my practice, using my prescription pad to write breakfast, lunch, and dinner, recommend how to get started with exercise and fitness, improving sleep, and talking with every single patient that I sat across from on a daily basis about improving their lifestyle and changing their diet. And over the course of years, I began refining my presentation and learning ways and to how to motivate my patients and to find that that most important motivator for them. Refining the way that I would recommend buying food and shopping, cleaning out their pantries and cooking food, and we shared recipes. And I saw my entire practice transform right before my eyes. My patients' lives started beautifully manifesting health, and their overwhelming joy rubbed off on my own staff. And my staff members, I had one assistant that had Crohn's disease, and she was resistant in the beginning to my encouragement for her to change her lifestyle, but after hearing my patients, she changed her lifestyle, resolved her Crohn's disease, and her life was forever changed. And so it spread from inside of my exam room, outside to my patients, and even into the community as my patients began sharing the good word. And so this is an encouragement for you, and something that I've always pursued in my own life was, how can I multiply myself? How can I take what I've learned and not only transfer it to someone else, but enable them to transfer it to another person and to allow that multiplication process to happen? Because that's where real change starts, is when we understand how to 10x our lives, 100x our lives by investing in someone else that can share the same message in the same way and touch 5 or 10 more people that I will never even reach. And so I really began to focus my intentionality in my practice and not only helping my patients improve their lives, but equipping them with tools and resources to help their own family members, to share the message with another healthcare provider. And in that way, my emphasis became helping the person in front of me, but helping the people connected to that person in a meaningful way as well. So we developed resources for my office. My wife and I put together a cookbook that we could share with my patients. We did seminars. We did a one-day immersion back in 2008 at DeSales University in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, where we had meals and exercise, a lifestyle medicine, one-day intensive immersion. And so we were always trying to multiply our impact. And so I was visiting one day with a friend of mine, Tom Dunham, who's my partner in the health immersions, and I said to Tom, what we really need to do is start a conference to educate physicians, because it's taken me so long to learn how to do this. And so Tom is an amazing visionary, my partner now in the Plantrician Project. And so we were so blessed to find another partner, Susan Benegas, who joined us in 2012. And we started a conference, hosted our first conference, 2013, in Naples, Florida. We had 180 people from 12 countries that came to join us there in Naples, Florida. I met some amazing friends down in Naples, Florida. I met Dr. Sal Lakagina. I met Monica Agarwal. I met Dr. Staten Autry and his wife from Midland, Texas, and so many more. Relationships that have continued on to this day with impact in different areas. And so our conference was successful, and we took a financial risk, but we broke even and decided that we would wrap all of this up in a not-for-profit called the Plantrician Project, and that we would roll this not-for-profit out into not only conferences, but the development of tools and resources to equip, empower, inspire, and educate healthcare providers around the world with this message that what we put on our plate is far more powerful than we might ever realize, not only impacting our health, but the interconnected health that's around us. I always call it our health influence. That the way that we feel and the way that our health and vibrancy allow us to interact with the world around us directly impacts the relationships of the people connected to us, the way that and the ability that we have to share our gift, the energy that we carry into a room to shift atmospheres, and the impact that we will have in a lifetime. So through this health influence, we believed that the conference and the not-for-profit, the Plantrician Project, would be able to take what we have learned, and through this process, I would be able to multiply what I learned through the conferences and educational materials to people all around the world. And so we've been so blessed through the years to have amazing people help us on this journey. So blessed, I'm incredibly blessed to be working with Susan Benegas and Tom Dunham now for more than 10 years on the Plantrician Project. It's been a beautiful friendship that has been focused on impacting the lives of people, those patients that we talk about, and knowing that through every healthcare provider that we touch, we have the possibility of reaching 1,000, 2,000 individual patients, and then the many thousands of lives that are connected to those people. It's not been an easy journey, but nothing ever great is easy, and that's what makes the journey and the challenge so rewarding. And as we look forward into 2022, our vision is to really continue to multiply ourselves around the world. And one of those areas that we're most excited about is the Plantricionu. And this is an initiative where we have recognized, as I started out this evening talking about medical school students, that our healthcare professional students, that next generation, I believe is the generation that will usher in lifestyle medicine. That's the generation that will have the greatest impact at transforming healthcare. It's the generation that will carry this message of whole food, plant-based nutrition and lifestyle choices into the halls of healthcare globally and impact the lives of people. And as we know, when lifestyle medicine is applied, not only does it change individuals, it changes families, it changes communities, it changes healthcare systems, it changes the way that we grow food and buy food, it changes our environment and agriculture, it touches just about every part of our lives. And so that's why we're excited that through Plantricionu, we can have this incredible global impact. So we are going to take everything that we've ever done, all of the conferences, written materials, all of the lectures and conferences that will be done in the future. We're going to take all of these amazing materials from people that many of you are watching have been so kind and generous to participate in this journey with us. We're going to take all of these materials, put them on a learning platform, and then offer them for free to every healthcare professional student in the world. And we believe that by reaching 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 500,000, maybe more, healthcare professional students in the next 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, we can reach hundreds of millions of individual patients And just like that individual patient that I started out with in 2003, we can touch their lives, we can help point them to a better future, and we can offer true hope. Because lifestyle medicine is a hope-filled message. It's the simple message that all of the choices that you need to make to improve your quality of life are in your hands each day. Simply what you put on your fork and on your fingers or your spoon, how many hours you're going to sleep at night, how you're going to maintain activity levels, and whether or not you're going to choose to release stress, receive forgiveness, offer forgiveness and love, and walk in that powerful community of like-minded people that are willing to change the world. That powerful message of lifestyle medicine, we want to be integrated into Plantricianu, so that all over the world, healthcare professional students, when they start their education, or we're picking them up on year 3 or year 4, they're going to get this incredible hope-filled message of lifestyle medicine with all of the education that's necessary to help build a foundational scientific understanding, as well as the resources they need to help their patients starting in medical school or residency or in physical therapy school or occupational therapy school, chiropractic, wherever they are, dental school, to begin meeting with that individual person on a daily basis and beginning to plant seeds of hope through lifestyle medicine. We believe this is incredibly powerful. It's like a Johnny Appleseed moment of planting seeds all over the world of lifestyle medicine and whole food plant-based nutrition. We also want to find and identify those new leaders of the next generation and begin mentoring them, coming alongside of them and preparing them for the next, to lead this revolution in plant-based nutrition and lifestyle medicine. So I hope that you'll join me in multiplying yourself, just as we're trying to multiply ourselves by investing in the next generation through a stewardship mindset that we can change the world when we work together and when we impact the people that are closest to us and help them multiply that impact. And as we roll into the holiday season and the new year, from all of us at the Plantrician Project, Board of Directors, my dear partners Susan and Tom, our incredible staff, we want to wish you and your families a blessed holiday season and a very, very happy new year. And as always, we at the Plantrician Project are here for you. If you need anything, we exist to help empower you. So we send you our blessings from my family to yours. I send you blessings and well wishes for an incredible new year. Thank you.